Quick, rapid fire. We're gonna go through. Last week I won 11-4. What did you go?
Oh, I hate you. I went at 8-7.
Well, I am now 39-24, which you are as well. So we are now deadlocked through a couple of weeks. I mean, hey, here we go. We're gonna rattle off quick. The Thursday night game, Indy at Houston. Whether Luck plays or not, I'm gonna take the Colts. I kind of regret that because if he doesn't play, I kind of want to take Houston. But I just think Houston's out there. They're trying to complete the perfect season in the wrong direction. I'm going with Indy. Who do you got?
I'm going with Indy as well. I don't buy into Houston whatsoever. I'm just going to go with the fact that no matter how bad I think the Colts have been playing, I still feel like they are that threat. So I'm going with Indy in this one.
I do think that Andrew Luck plays because usually when quarterbacks sit out on a Sunday game before they have a Thursday game, it usually means it's because they want to play him in the Thursday game. Also, they were playing Jacksonville. I mean, you're weighing, Jacksonville and Houston, but at the same time, you can give them some more time off. Might as well play the other quarterback in Jacksonville. First game I got for the 1 o'clock games, just because I'm an Eagles fan. New Orleans going to Philadelphia. Who do you got?
New Orleans. I want to go with Philly just because I feel like they could get that one at home, but Drew Brees, what he did to us, I feel like he can only do the same, if not more, to y'all. So I'm going with Drew Brees. I
like what I see from the Eagles defense. Every week it seems like it gets better. It gets better. I'm picking them because I think that the defense can hold them down, but the offense has to make it click. Seeing it in person, I understand what's going on. You have open receivers down the field. I mean, and it's very clear. Watching it, they had open receivers down the field all day. If Bradford has the time and if he can get the ball out, he only threw 1 or 2 over 20 yards, which that was the first 1 or 2 all season. They got to figure out the run game because the offensive line is so bad. I mean, without doing that, you're not going to win in the NFL. We talk about that all the time. We could go all day. I think they should give Sproles and Matthews the ball a little more. I think that Murray should still get most of the touches. It's frustrating.
He said, "Give me the ball."
It's frustrating that he says that, and Chip Kelly said he agreed.
He's
but
just being Mr. Politically correct. He's really angry.
There's entirely too many running backs on that team for him to get 30 carries a game. It's just not going to happen. You're not in Dallas anymore. You signed up with a team that has Darren Sproles and Ryan Matthews before you got there. Ryan Matthews was going to be the starting running back for this team, so.
But then they shouldn't have paid DeMarco Montgomery.
To me, as I said before, it's not about salaries. Once you're on the football field, I don't care if you're making the most money or the least money. I think everybody should have a certain amount of touches, and I think that because that's what the system is based off of. It's based off of matchup. So if you bring Sproles in, what else are they supposed to base off? Because the offensive line is so bad that if the system isn't
right now, they need to base it off the fact that they're 1-3 and they're horrible.
And they're 1-3 solely because their offensive line isn't really that good. And Sam Bradford, it took him a couple games to get into the groove, and he still has time
for offensive line deep. Their secondary sucks, and Chip Kelly's overrated.
Their secondary didn't look horrible this weekend. It was against Washington. We can go all day about Chip Kelly. Next game, Jacksonville, Tampa Bay. This is going to be a barn burner.
Tampa Bay?
Yeah, I took Tampa Bay too. I like Jameis Winston. I told you before I like the direction of both teams, though. It's not like either of them are going to go too far anyway.
It's whatever. Just pick one.
We talked about Seattle going to Cincinnati, but just for the...
Seattle.
I'm taking Cincinnati. Moving on, Buffalo going to Tennessee. Who do you got?
I'm going to Buffalo. They had a rough game last week, and, there was this whole thing with Rex Ryan. Should he have been a little more hard on his team on a press conference? Right. I agree with that. I think he is a little too lenient. He talks a lot of smack. He just needs to shut up sometimes and just get on the fact that his team didn't play well. Why don't we just admit that? And I think he's going to bounce back, and the team's going to bounce back against Marcus Mariota.
No, I completely agree. I picked Buffalo. I'm ready to jump off that bandwagon, but not yet because I really like Rex Ryan, and I think the talent is there. They had a bunch of players that were questionable and possibly injured, so we'll see where we go from there. The next game I got is Chicago going to Kansas City.
I'm going Kansas City. I said last week the Bears are trash. Congratulations, you actually got to win. Fantastic, but no, your team's trash. You're not going to win.
No, I agree. I pick Kansas City. I think they're one of those teams that are right on the cusp. They played a hard schedule. They lost to Denver.
Right.
It was a close game.
They lost
to Green Bay, which was more of a blowout, and then lost to Cincinnati.
Those are tough teams.
Ended up being a blowout. Right, but I think they're good enough to compete with all three of those teams. They didn't. 2 of the 3 games were on the road. It was just odd. But anyways, I think that they are better than, Chicago, obviously.
They're going to get the win. Chicago, except maybe Philly, but anyway.
Washington going to Atlanta. Atlanta keeps it rolling.
Definitely Atlanta.
Seeing Washington in person, I don't know how they're getting wins. I mean, Kirk Cousins looked very, very bad at times.
Right.
His second win all time in his career, and I got to see it in person. Isn't that fantastic?
How'd that feel?
We talked about St. Louis going to Green Bay. I'm just going to skip that. We're talking about St. Louis going to Green Bay. We both picked Green Bay?
Yep. Green Bay.
Okay. Cleveland going to Baltimore. I think Baltimore's back on track. We both said that they are better than their record. I think that they are the best 1-3 team. I still think they make the playoffs.
Like I said last week, I feel like we're living on nostalgia, but I'm still going with Baltimore as well. They're not going to lose the McCown at home in Baltimore. I feel like Joe Flacco, there's just too much talent there. Steve Smith, God, give him a win.
I hope that Steve Smith is healthy. They had all that time off. I think he will be. They should roll, and I think they keep it going for a little bit throughout the season. It's something to keep an eye on. Arizona going to Detroit. I got Arizona putting it back on track, and especially with the way Detroit is now 0-4. How do you got?
It's Arizona all day.
You have them as your number 2 team.
We're so high on Arizona.
Right. Denver going to Oakland. I don't think that Oakland was a playoff team like you think. I think Oakland was a playoff team, but I think they have progressed. Last week was regressing. They're not going to get any better. I got Denver.
I told you.
I got Denver.
We're coming back to reality. I'm going with Denver as well.
Well, I think that they still can get 5 to 7 wins this year. I just don't. I mean, that's going to be rough. 5 to 7 is still going to be tough. Hey, that's something to cheer about in Oakland, no? When you get 2 wins a year, yeah, 5 wins is something to cheer about. Okay, we talked about New England going to Dallas. We both took New England on the basis of Dallas' quarterback being out and the rest of the players, obviously, as well.
Unfortunately, I have to go with New England. I mean, let's just go with common sense here.
Brady might keep the MVP season rolling. We'll see how that goes.
I got to put my Phantom on the side. Let's just call it.
I understand. San Francisco going to the Giants. Who do you got?
I'm going with the Giants. Please don't tell me you're going with San Francisco.
No, I wanted to. I was so high on going with them. I was like, I never go with the odd pick, but I don't believe in Colin Kaepernick.
There's nothing with San Francisco right now.
We had the conversation on air there a little bit about him, and every time I think about it, it gets worse and worse. I don't see it happening.
It's kind of
They're going across country. I mean, it's an 8:00 game, so they're not going to be tired. But I don't know. I'm just trying to give them excuses because
it's kind of shocking what's happened to them, and Hey, we talked about it. Harbaugh's having the last laugh, and
we'll see.
they're not going to get it this time.
The Giants are rolling at the right time with the way their schedule goes, plus running into Buffalo the way they did. I mean, they got to be feeling good about themselves.
If they can beat Buffalo, they damn sure can beat
they feel like
San Francisco.
Now, moving to the Monday night game, Pittsburgh going to San Diego. We got the Battle of Vic going playing against Red. That's gonna be it's gonna be a rough game. I
can already imagine who you're going with.
No, I'm going with San Diego.
Are you?
Yeah.
How about that?
I like San Diego's defense. I don't really like Rivers, as we talked about, but I mean, they have talented playmakers on the outside. I want to see Vic. We talked about it last week. He needed to stay in the pocket. He didn't stay in the pocket.
No, Baltimore just sacked, especially in the second half. That's all Baltimore did was attack. And they got to him every single time.
And he had receivers open, too. That's the thing. So if he finds them this week, I do think they can win. I think that Vic can actually lead the Steelers to, if, say, Ben's out for 4 weeks, to two wins. But obviously, you got to get that kick going now.
In San Diego, I'm going with Phillip Rivers in San Diego. They're third in yards a game. I'm rolling with that.
Yep, I agree with you. Thank you for watching. This is JD Sports. I'm Jarrett Hood. That's Dwight Garfield. You can find our Twitter @_JD Sports. Our personal Twitters will be there.
You can find our Facebook page and the information down below. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe for fresh weekly content. Stay tuned because the best is yet to come.
Thank you.